Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Firdaus bin Abdul Razak. My metric number is 2024-250-608. So, I would like to present about my proposal defense. So, the title of my study is Selected Physical Fitness Performance Profiling based on position in Selangor FC Girls Under 12. So let's move to overview. First, I will explain the introduction, problem statement, purpose of the study, research question, research objective, research hypothesis, significance of study, limitation, literature review, conceptual framework, sampling method, procedure, data analysis, and references. Okay, now we move to the next slide is introduction. What is physical fitness in football? Football is high intensity sport that require players to perform repeated actions such as jumping, sprinting, changing direction. So physical fitness is important for improved performance during training and match. In this study, I focus on three fitness component. First, endurance. Second, speed, and third, power. So different position require different physical abilities. For example, run midfield usually run more use while forward need more speed. Okay, next we move to the problem statement. There are three main problem statement in study. First, research on specific fitness among Malaysia youth female football player is limited. According to Tororoma in 2023. Second, coaches have limited fitness data to help them design training program and identify talented players. The study by Villa Seca Visuna 2021. So third, many teams still usually general training program which may not meet the physical demand of different playing position. The study by Bujanovsky 2019. Okay, so this issue highlight the need for position-specific fitness profiling. From the literature, I identified the research gap. First, there are very few local study on national youth female football players. Second, no previous study has compared physical fitness according to playing position among Selangor FC girls under 12. Third, coaches still lack evidence-based fitness data for planning, training, and talent identification. Okay, next, we move to the next slide is purpose of the study. The purpose of the study is to determine the physical fitness, performance profiling profile based of Selangor FC girls under 12 players based on their playing position. Okay, next we move to the research question. The study have five research question. The first four question examine the physical fitness profile of each playing position: goalkeeper, defender, midfielder, and forward. The RQ5 question is to compare whether there are different in physical fitness performance among among playing position. Okay, now we move to the next slide is objective. The research objective match the research question. These four objective focus on the fitness profile of each player position. The fifth objective, the RO5 objective to compare endurance, speed, and power among goalkeeper, defender, midfielders, and forward. Okay, now we move to the next slide is research hypothesis. For this study, I have one null hypothesis and one alternative hypothesis. For the HO, state that there is no significant difference in physical fitness between different playing position. The H1 state that there is a significant difference in physical fitness between playing position. Later, statistical analysis will determine which hypothesis is accepted. So next we move to the significance of the study. The study is important because is provide useful information for different group, for coaches, for players, and academic development. For coaches, the finding can help them design better training program and monitor player development. For players, they can understand their own strength and weakness to improve their fitness. So finally, this study also contribute to sports science research in Malaysia and can be used by future researchers. Okay, next, we move to the next slide is limitation. Every research has some limitation, and my study also have a few. First, this study only involved 30 players, girls under 12, so the finding cannot represent all young female football players in Malaysia. Second, this is a cross-sectional study, so the data are collected only one time. Third, the study only look at the endurance, speed, and power. Uh, not Do not include other factors such as technical skill, technical ability, psychology, nutrition, or match performance. Okay, next we move to the operational terms. This slide explain the important terms used in my research. Selective physical fitness performance refer to endurance, speed, and power. Playing position refer to goalkeeper, defender, midfielder, and forward. Endurance is measured using the yo-yo test, intermittent recovery test level 1. Speed is measured using the 20-meter sprint test. And then power is measured using the vertical jump. Finally, physical fitness profiling means comparing this fitness component between different playing position. Okay, next we move to the next slide is literature review. Previous studies show that football require high physical fitness performance because players perform repeated high intensity activity throughout the match. A study conducted by Banspo 2006 for the endurance had players maintain performance and recover quickly. A study conducted by Banspo 2006 for the speed is important for acceleration, pressing, and counter attack. A study conducted by Taco 2025. Power is needed for jumping, sprinting, and changing direction based on the study by Taco 2025. Okay, next we move to the positional demand in football. Previous research also showed that different playing positions have different physical demand. Goalkeeper and forward often have better jumping ability because they frequently compete for high ball. Based on the study by Toro Roman at 2023, midfielder usually have better endurance because they run the longest distance during a match. Based on the study by Modric 2020, meanwhile, forward usually sprint faster than defender. Based on the study, uh, Kaepernick 2025. So, this finding support my study because they suggest that fitness performance may differ according to playing position. Okay, next, we move to the consciousness framework. So, this slide shows that this relationship between the variable. The independent variable is the playing position. The dependent variable are endurance, speed, and power. In simple words, I want to see whether playing position affect these three physical fitness component. So for the research design, this study used a quantitative cooperative cross-sectional design. Quantitative means I will collect numerical data from fitness tests. Comparative means I compare player for different position. Cross-sectional means all data are collected at one time at one point in time during one testing session. So next we move to the sampling method. The slide explain about the sampling method. So the population of this study consists of Selangor FC girls under 12 players. I use just a sampling where all eligible players are included in the study. There are 30 female players aged 10 to 12 years. I selected all players because the population is small and varies, and every player is important for obtaining complete and accurate data. So we move to the next slide is instrumentation. The study used three standard physical fitness tests. First is yo-yo test, yo-yo intermittent recovery test level 1, used for marker, speaker cone, measuring tape, audio speaker, for measure endurance. Second is the 20-meter sprint test. Use timing gate, stopwatch, cone, measuring tape, for measure speed. Third is vertical jump test. Use vertical jump for measure over body power. Okay, next we move to the procedure. Before start data collection, we need ethical approval and permission from Selangor FC. On the testing day, all the players, all players will compete 10 to 50 minutes for warm up, and then they will perform the yo-yo test, 20-meter sprint test, and vertical jump test. The sprint and vertical jump test will be performed twice, and the best score will be recorded. So all the testing will be complete in one session under the same testing condition to ensure fairness. So next we move to the data analysis. After collecting the data, I will enter all the result into Microsoft Excel and SPSS for analysis. First, I will use this spiral wheel test to check whether the data are normally distributed. Next, I will use the mean and standard deviation to describe the fitness performance of each playing position. Then I will use one way ANOVA to compare the four playing position. Okay, next, this is my references, and then that's all for me. Thank you.